at the Shard talking about design sprints, the design sprint revolution. Very, very exciting event. Lots of great audience participation, talking about how design sprints work, when you use them, when they're appropriate to do, what sort of things you can do in them, and the outputs that you can get from them. Really good event. So we talked about the design sprint process, the process of actually building a prototype in 4 or 5 days, how that works, how that brings benefit to the clients. There were lots of interesting questions. Lots of people talked about how we would do that in a hybrid model versus an in-person model, and also talking about things like how do you get stakeholder engagement, what are the benefits of getting stakeholder engagement.
The event today has been really, really enjoyable. I think there's been some great discussion. It's been really interesting. We've been talking all about the design sprint and design process and what that involves exactly, you know, who should be involved and how long it should take and tools we should use and the different activities and how beneficial it is as well. So I think it's been a just really, really interesting conversation, and there's been some really interesting questions as well from the rest of the group here.
At the event today, I was here to talk about one of the design sprints that we've done with Virtual Forge. My most interesting point today was, as we were talking about running a design sprint with a hybrid team, is that somebody just said, you do know that NASA is a virtual-only company. And it stopped me in my tracks and thought, well, hang on a minute, of course there's people in space. They are totally virtual. Running a design sprint at the moment in this hybrid world is actually genuinely a challenge. And one of the things that we're thinking about particularly, and was really interesting as a procedure to go through with the Virtual Forge, was having the whole thing completely virtual. How we kept people engaged for 4 to 5 days, how we kept people, you know, actually entertained as well as engaged. There's a big portion for me around how interesting it's not genuinely about attention spans for people with me, it's about interest spans. So how did we keep those people engaged for that 5 days? And actually one of the things that we spent a lot of time on was making sure that everybody was fully engaged, and that I hope that I put forward that with the team here today, that we were fully engaged throughout that entire design sprint period.